I don't have my phone with me, but I believe it's just past 7 in the morning, and my bedroom is by far the sunniest bedroom in the house this time of morning. It's really nice. So I've made myself a cup of coffee, and I think I'm gonna go downstairs and read my Bible for a bit, and then I'm probably gonna head over to the beach because the weather is really nice today. And then I don't know, I'm thinking we'll go out for lunch because there's a couple of nice places to eat here. So that's the plan for the day, but I guess we'll see where the day takes us. Nothing is too set in stone. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I've started working on book 3 in the Crown series. So as you've probably seen on my wall above my desk, I've had the outline written on little notes for a while, and I've laid it out. So I do have an idea of where the story's going and most of the major events that are happening, but I wanted to make a little bit of a more detailed outline that has all of the other important information in it. So that's what we started doing. Yesterday I outlined Act 1, and today I'm outlining Act 2, and then tomorrow we'll obviously finish outlining with Act 3, and then we'll get started on the official draft of Chapter 1, which I'm really excited for because I've had so many ideas for this book in my head for such a long time, and it's nice to finally be able to, put it on paper. I know every author's outline process is probably a little bit different. I'm not an extremely detailed outliner. I'll just have a few bullet points of what the scene is about, what are the important events that are happening in the scene, and as long as I have a direction where I know it's going, I kind of let the scene take shape by itself as I'm writing. And honestly, this process has worked pretty well so far, so I think that's why it's not really taking me that long to outline, because it's really not that detailed. This book, however, does have a lot more chapters than the previous two. I think both of them were around 30 chapters, whereas this one has 57 chapters. However, I think a lot of the chapters are going to be quite significantly shorter, so I don't think the book is going to be that much longer. It's going to be longer than the first two, but I don't think it's going to be that much longer than the first two, because we do have a lot of new perspectives in this book, which I'm excited about. Oh, there's two of them. There's two of them in particular, which I can't tell you, but I'm really excited about having those two perspectives in the story. It might just be my favorite part of the book, if we're being honest, and it's not even the main plot line. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to working on this book and finishing off the series. So let's get to it. It's 5 p.m. Well, it's 4:58. So I just got home from work. We're gonna get into some comfy clothes. We're gonna cook dinner, which I'm really excited for because I'm very hungry. And then we have to get to outlining because I have not outlined a single word today. And we have to outline Act 3. It's 22:22. Oh, no, it's 22:23. But I just got home probably like half an hour ago, and I'm not really in the mood to outline right now, but also I am much too awake to go to sleep. So I think I'm just gonna continue working on the outline of Act 3 because I'd really like to get started with the first draft of Chapter 1 tomorrow. So I think we'll sit in bed and outline for a little bit. Right, Loki? You and me, shall we outline together? Today is the day we start with the official first rough draft of book 3, and obviously there's still a very long way to go, but I think it's always an exciting part of the writing process when you actually get to like draft that first page or that first line. I started drafting the first chapter for book 3, but I did it in my notebook, so it's not on my laptop or anything. So I want to take these pages and I want to rewrite them obviously like onto my Word document, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. We'll see how far we get. There isn't really like a word count goal or anything that I have in mind for today. So far we're done with the outline. However, at this stage it's like a very, I guess you could say like a broad outline. Each chapter kind of just has like the main point of that chapter, so there's a lot of details still left to be added. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draft the first chapter, kind of get a feel for the story, and then I'm going to go back to the outline. And I think I've talked about this before. I have this process. I didn't come up with it, I read it somewhere and I don't remember where, so I can't give credit, but it's basically where you plan every scene in the chapter, and so there's like a lot of details that you fill out to kind of get a really good grasp on the scene. So we're going to go back and do that, but for today we're just working on the first chapter of book 3. I'm really excited. I'm genuinely so excited for this book. I think looking at like the current outline, I'm excited for the story, but I also feel like a lot is going to, you know, still change and develop as the drafts go on. But at this stage, like, I'm very excited. I'm quite hyped for this one. So yeah, without further ado, let's get drafting. Also, what I find quite interesting is with all of the books I've written so far, every first sentence that I wrote during like the first or second draft of the book never ended up being the actual first sentence of the book, or usually not even the first chapter. I'm actually quite curious to see if this first sentence is gonna stick, because I quite like it. I'm curious, if you are a writer, what is your go-to font and font size if you're drafting? Because I use Microsoft Word and I'm very boring. I just stick with Times New Roman in size 12, but I am curious what other fonts people use. You know, the problem is with my handwriting is I write in cursive, and sometimes I can't read it. Okay, so we've written about 523 words, which I think is pretty good. It's just over a page. I'm quite happy with it. I'm quite satisfied. Obviously it's just a first draft, so it's going to be very, very far from perfect, and it's still going to be heavily edited so many times. But so far so good. I'm quite happy. I think I'm going to go and make some breakfast, and then I have some work to do for my creative writing studies, which I'm a little behind with. So we're going to work on that for a bit, and then we will continue with chapter 1.